This is what I'm doing right now. Because you are watching a balancing act between me having this experience of unconditioned love that is God, trying to manifest in the world from that, and also trying to share with others that experience in the hope that they can have that gift as well. The presence of God is a completely non-verbal experience, and this leaves a conundrum, because how do you speak about that? How do you find words to describe, to communicate an energetic experience that is completely non-verbal? This is the experience that this human went through, and this is why you are all here at this channel. Let's make some order out of that. Many years ago, the human being talking to you had an experience, and in that experience, a profound love, a love that had no conditions, entered my world, came from within, without. It was hard to define where it was coming from. It seemed like there were no boundaries between myself and the world, and the love felt the same. And so until that experience, this human talking to you had taken on the identities that we all do. The name that loving parents gave me, the nationality of the country I was born in, the cultural normality of achievement, etc. But through my passage of time, through my passage of every given moment of the participation of life, I make memories. We all do it. We keep data. But that data is not there for us to form a mental character with. It's there for us to learn from, to function better in the next participation of the expression of creation that we are. And so, before that experience, because this is why you are here, there's something about my words that tells you I've touched something, I've seen something, I've felt something, I've walked in something. Some people have said it's in my smile, it's in my eyes. They sense that I've touched something and they want it. And I know that because I've met people who have had the experience of God, the unspeakable, indescribable presence of that unconditional love. And I see it on their eyes too. And if others can see that in me, I'm grateful, because when I see people with those eyes, it brings me great comfort to see those soft eyes, that tender smile that can only come from those who have known it, surely. And so, to make some order out of this, I had that experience, and I stayed in that state of consciousness, and the world was profoundly beautiful, and it always had been, but now my perception could actually see it. And so, when I had this experience of this energy of unconditional love lighting up my body. I tried to stay there as long as I could. But in time, I was no longer in it, and it was a memory. And so, whilst I was in it, a new style of communication rose up inside the world around me. It was probably already always there, but I was not wired correctly to interpret reality in that field that I now was. And in that experience of God's love, I was given a duty, a task, something to do, to build upon, something for that unconditionally loving energy experience that I had that can't be described, wanted to build through the intelligence and hands and feet of the human talking to you. And as I went on that journey and built these things that I was asked to build, I lost touch with that experience. And it became a memory, but I knew it was there, and I remembered the profound power of it, but it was becoming a memory. It was not any longer necessarily a walking experience, and this is because I was pouring from a diminishing cup. I was pouring from this filled vessel of unconditioned love that I'd felt that all of us can feel in that experience of God. And I kept pouring without going back to that, without seeking that experience, that state of consciousness regularly, without dreaming myself away from it by functioning as a character that's running a large charity and all of these things. I dreamed myself away from it. And so right now I am trying to find my settled spot back inside that experience of the unconditional love of God. And it takes time sometimes for that. Sometimes it takes time for the body to settle, for the mind to settle, for the senses to settle. And there it is. And as we go into 2022, it's order we need. This channel is about the experience I had and trying to show the people how to have that experience. It's also about the experience I had and what God told me in that experience to do with my life. This is what the channel is about. And so as you go into 2022, we can make resolutions and millions will be broken. Because there is no future to plan for like that. If you want the better future, find the truth now. If you want the better future, find that network of truth inside you. The presence of unconditional love. Have you experienced it? If not, this is what you have to experience. I assure you, it will change you forever. Once you know that presence, that state of consciousness, it may or may not task you a spontaneous calling, but most likely in my experience it does. And so you have a network of understanding that state of consciousness and that which God has asked of you in that state of consciousness. But then you have two other aspects of the network. That is, what actions is your human body taking that is not in line with that calling? And what thoughts and situations are triggering those actions from the human that you are? when you meet that experience, when you enter that state of consciousness, that field, you're so satisfied that you become a pillar of stillness. And as that pillar of stillness, you see that network with great ease. But staying rooted as that pillar of stillness, depending on the life you are living, can take a little time. And so, this new year, I just want to remind you all to take time. Take time to awaken to the presence first. Make your plans, make your resolutions, but action them from the presence. This is what I'm doing right now. Because you are watching a balancing act between me having this experience of unconditioned love that is God, trying to manifest in the world from that, and also trying to share with others that experience in the hope that they can have that gift as well. Happy New Year. I love you all. My wish for 2022 is for everybody to know that experience. Not to hear about it, not to agree that it exists, not to read about it, to live it. And remember, before I go, if you hear this and you say, yes, I want that, now what do I do? The voice who is asking what to do belongs to the character that is the dream that has separated you from that experience. Nature is a manifestation of God. It is the mind that stops you from having that clear view of God. Happy New Year. God bless, guys. I'll see you in 2022 with a lot of exciting new things happening.